Alright. We are now getting some more plot exposition because we did not get enough of that last episode.
Oh, it's the assassin.
It is the assassin, that is correct. We still don't know his name at this point. So, yeah, it is the assassin. So I don't know if Lloyd makes that connection yet.
You only saw him like less than an hour ago. Actually, wait, no, that was because it was yesterday then.
Lloyd's not smart though. Remember that.
Yeah.
Richard Dawkins just pops out from behind the desk again.
Did somebody say church collusion with evil?
Yes, pretty much. Should we just slap Richard Dawkins' face on top of question mark guy?
Probably not. Actually, wait, I forgot because these are the good guys, but they're just batting off stuff that I don't agree with. So
yeah.
Yes, yeah. So one of them would be Bill Maher. The other one would be Richard Dawkins.
Supposedly this game, just for interesting tidbit, does link up with Tales of Fantasia. But, hey, if there's a Tales of Symphonia fan that also happens to be Catholic, or if you're not Catholic, mind explaining it to me? Because I don't get any of that.
Yeah.
It feels like it's just one of those games where it's like, yeah, it's connected. Ha ha ha. That was a long, drawn-out pause.
He's like, I think of something cool to say.
The one who beat our pants off.
Create a world? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, the world just kind of exists.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm thinking back to this statement. The world can't get created.
That's not all. You tried to You're certainly not on our side.
The enemy of my enemies is my friend. What did you say? That was close. By the way, I knew that line was coming, so I apologize for the yelling before the line actually happened. I hope I didn't kill anybody's eardrums.
Oh, we could always take it down in volume in After Effects or whatever we're in.
You could also make it louder. I don't think I will do that.
And add gain and stuff to it so that it overshadows everything.
It's all about that bass and the treble and the gain. Oh gosh. Why did I just make that reference? I'm gonna go cry.
Oh, great. They're referring to... Let me tell you what, those are some weak battle poses.
What?
That's true.
What we need is you, Lloyd Irving. Me? What's so special about me? That's none of your concern.
They look like they're trying to block you from going somewhere as opposed to fight you. They're
Maybe
like,
if you...
when someone annoyingly tries to block off a doorway so you can't get through.
The thing that I find the most silly about this is it's like, maybe if you had actually talked to me about this, I would have been willing to talk through it. Instead of, ugh. Oh, this is the part where it shows itself that he is... English, Kevin! That this was the assassin. This is the part where it shows it. That way, yeah. Lloyd's slow.
Oh, they should have just given him a big blunt weapon, like a club or a hammer or something.
That character comes
an actual caveman.
That character comes later, but she's actually smart.
Oh, that's actually, I mean, at least from my experience, it's usually the Wait, what? Oh,
like all these characters have some amount of intelligence,
Yeah.
except for Lloyd. This way is no good. So I think I tried to avoid him, and then I went, but what if there's an encounter we haven't seen yet? And we hadn't seen Foot Soldier yet, or Evil Warrior.
If a design tries to burn down your village, that's no good.
If a design tries to touch you in a way that makes you into an X-Sphere, that's no good.
First, you get out of there.
Gosh. First you gotta get out of there. Then you gotta
Then-
tell the Chosen's group.
Then you gotta tell the Chosen to regenerate the world. Then you act surprised when it turns out that the Chosen is actually gonna die in the process.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh. Memes for days. Memes for days, folks. Lloyd humiliated. So I don't know if
get
we...
used to her portrait.
Yeah, it's just... Oh, this one's not so bad because she's not quite as... If it was like 3 inches lower, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, her face is just
Looks so different. Looks pretty
Yeah, it
different.
looks so different. Yeah.
Did the game just cut, or did the footage
No,
just cut, or did we actually get over there?
I think we got over there.
Okay, I am paying attention, but as I said, I'm still working on grinding because I'm at 61 with the character that needs to get up there, and she needs to be 65. So, you know, as I said,
Yeah.
we barely got one level in half an hour. So, darn him, he'll pay for. My voice is killing me. So, I know in a second here, James, you can definitely go to Minecraft because I think I hinted at this in an earlier episode. But
you said it's like a 13-minute puzzle,
yeah.
or you fail it a couple of times.
No, it's because I'm super stupid, and it's like, hey, dumbass, you see that stairs going down? Maybe you should go down them. So, we can talk about that whole thing that I was hinting at this morning that was supposedly a baptism, but was not a baptism. Because, that was weird.
Was it one of the Was it one of those big churches that just has a massive pool where the altar would be, and they just kind of dunk you down?
They didn't even do water. They didn't have a pool. They didn't have anything.
That's...
All it was they went up and said, this child consecrates her life to Christ, and it's like, that's not a baptism.
I thought every tradition uses water though.
No, not all. Apparently, not all of them. Pardon me. This child dedicates her life to Christ, is what was said, and it's like, I mean, there's two parts to a baptism. Obviously, the water, and then. I mean, in order to be a Christian, you have to be baptized in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. That's why, obviously, while we don't agree 100% with the Baptists or the Lutherans, they do get that part right.
Yeah, it's virtually I think almost every denomination does do the baptism in the name of the Trinity, but
Mormons
non-Trinitarians, Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses are non-Trinitarian. So
Jehovah's Witnesses, and I want to say some Episcopalians?
No, I think they're still Trinitarian, but not every denomination baptizes in the name of the Trinity.
That's what I was saying.
The reason why Mormons
hold on.
and Jehovah's Witnesses...
James was saying something. Hold on a second.
I was?
You
I
were.
didn't realize it.
You were saying something, then we... Okay, anyways, we'll stop.
Was I?
You were.
But no, I was saying the Mormons actually do use the Trinitarian formula. They just don't believe in the
they don't believe
the same way that we do.
That is true.
That's why I think people still think that it's invalid, because it's not in the name of the Trinity that we're familiar with and we know of. It's in their version of what the Trinity is, because
it's
they have
because they
completely
still say, "I baptize you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit."
It's just
they just don't. Yeah, they don't believe in the Trinity the same way that we do.
Right. They believe that everybody becomes a god when they die.
And that they believe that the true church died when the apostles died.
Yeah.
And they said the reason why that they're the true church is because they always have 12 living apostles. But the problem there is they believe that St. John the Evangelist, an apostle, never died. But he's not one of their 12 apostles. And he's never once showed up at their Salt Lake City headquarters for a meet and greet or anything. So it's...
I kind of want to go to a Catholic church at Salt Lake City now that you say that, and have come here, like, if you're that apostle, and have a meet and greet. Otherwise, I don't know. That seems like it'd be too trolling. I don't want to do that. I changed my mind. That is way too mean. I take that back. On a different note, I was going to say, if I'd known we would be talking about Mormons, I would have loved to have Wild Exmo appeared here, because of. I'd be interested to hear just what he has to say about that. Honestly.
Yeah, Mormonism is certainly. I mean, problem is, there's a letter that you can read. Basically outlines everything wrong with it, and if you read it, he gets a lot of what's in the Mormon scripture from random, like sci-fi or religious fantasy, like kind of books. But some passages and paragraphs, he literally rips word for word and then just changes a couple of them.
Yeah. I mean,
he was in trouble for being a con artist prior to even doing that.
He was a con man beforehand, so yeah. Honestly, he didn't have his head entirely on, but I definitely hope that. I don't wish hell upon anybody, honestly. So
yeah, none of us do, but I mean.
No, I was gonna say none of us should, but some of us sadly definitely do. Because there's some. And I think this is the part where I was trying to figure this puzzle out, because it's not a hard puzzle, but I was very slow with this. I'm hoping that I eventually just went and decided to speed everything up, but I can't remember if I actually did that or not.
Yeah, or you just skip to whenever you get it close.
Nah, that would have been smart. I am working, however, on the later episodes. Like, if we've gone to a city before, I'm just doing a quick pit stop to eliminate its footage, but that doesn't happen until, like, episode 50, honestly. I wish I thought of it earlier, because it's like... for me, it's like, I kind of like showing off as much of the game as possible, but at the same time, if you keep visiting the same city over and over and over again, it's like, okay, you showed it enough. Now stop. You're good. Don't! That's not even the part of the puzzle that I was stupid about. I'll point it out when we go back downstairs, because it's the point downstairs. Yep, there you go.
Oh no, you're doing it wrong.
No, it's fine. This is actually the right way.
Oh, okay. I thought it was on the other side.
I'm almost positive it's the right way. Let's find out.
Oh yeah, it's 2 squares. Oh, no.
Yeah, we just have to. There we go. It just runs out of power after time for some reason. You see that stairway in the water there to the right?
Yeah.
I missed that for 13 minutes. That's what takes forever.
Oh, you didn't have to bring it up?
I just apparently didn't see the staircase. Like, it's right there. It's staring me in the face.
Oh, yeah, you're not going down it.
No. So
because I guess you might think that it's sunken down it.
I think I just missed it somehow. So it's like... Sorry, guys. I'm really hoping that I sped this... I know that I sped later parts up. I think this was the part where I was still learning Lightworks editing, because I tried to get a little bit more fancy with Lightworks later on and do some other stuff where I like sped up and did some other things. I don't think I was that good with Lightworks at this point. Or as James might say, nobody's good with Lightworks because he doesn't like it. That's not meant to be mean, by the way, James. I just know you don't like Lightworks.
I don't.
I know. I just wanted to clarify because it's hard to tell over the internet without facial expressions as well as body gestures if somebody's being an asshole or just trying to joke around.
Yep.
Anyone know when Club Penguin is supposed to close down? Because it's still up.
I think 5 days ago.
Really?
Club Penguin shutdown date.
Because I think they said on the 29th they're doing free memberships.
It'll shut down on March 29th.
That may have been a joke Twitter then. That or they're seriously saying, hey, now that we're shutting down, we'll give you 1 day to play. What it would have been like if you had a membership.
That would be fun.
On the day that it shuts down.
If it had been a week, it would have been worth it. Also, I thought it was a free membership. Is there like a paid version too?
It's yeah, they do the freemium thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which is usually never really a good sign because actually the model depends. Some people do it right. Like Lord of the Rings Online has it that there's content there. You can grind a ton of stuff and buy it separately. But then there's other things like Knights of the Old Republic where it severely punishes you if you don't subscribe. Like you can't buy anything. You need to subscribe in order to play this stuff.
Guild Wars 2 is kind of like that. I think you just don't have access to the trading post and a couple other things. I can't remember exactly. There used to be a chart about.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings does it. So you can. There's free to play. There's free to play, preferred, and then premium. And you stay free to play if you buy anything with any real world money, like an actual physical transaction. You become preferred, which means you get a bigger wallet. You can send in-game money to other people. You get a bunch of other features. But you don't get some things that premiums have. In order to be premium, you have to be a subscriber and such and such.
Yeah, and as I was going to say, Guild Wars 2 kind of does the same thing. Because I'm looking over it, it's... for a free account, you get 2 character slots. The base game is 5. Bag slots is 3. Base game is 5. Revenant Profession was introduced in the new expansion, so obviously not there. The new expansion stuff isn't obviously there. Central starter maps only until character reaches level 10. Lion's Arch unlocked for each character level 35, so the main hub world. Masteries, that was new stuff. In-game mail can only send to mutual friends and can't send gold or items. You don't have any access to the guild bank. No whisper chat except for mutual friends. Can only whisper in the same map. 1 new person every 30 seconds. Map chat, you don't have access to that. Squad chat, don't have access to that until level 30. Or looking for group, same thing. So basically it's just, you get most of this stuff, it's just, you can't really talk to people, I guess is the main difference.
I guess that's the proper way to do it.
How do I still miss it? Sorry.
You were just next to it too.
I know! That's why it's like, what the heck?
The best way to do it is give people a ton of stuff but take some stuff away, I suppose. But give them the option to buy it as opposed to saying, hey, you're not going to have fun at all unless you subscribe. That's it. Like, have fun. Because that's what Knights of the Old Republic did. I had a blast in the early area. Then I get to a new planet, and now it's like, subscribe. You won't get anything else in the game now.
Didn't Elder Scrolls do that as well?
They're no longer.
There's a lot of games that use freemium for MMO, like RuneScape was freemium.
Yeah. I think RuneScape was probably one of the better examples. I know City of Heroes did it, and it did it decently well.
There's actually there's a good YouTube series
I miss City of Heroes.
that this guy does called Death of a Game, and he did Death of a Game for City of Heroes.
City of Heroes was a great game, by the way.
Yeah, from what he outlined, it looked really good. And then with the expansions, they did everything right, basically. It was just...
NCSoft.
I guess, yeah, the company. It's that, and I think with Warhammer... Actually, Warhammer, I think, just came out at the wrong time, and they weren't implementing some things correctly.
I don't think Warhammer was theirs, was it?
No, they didn't. But I know Warhammer Online was was one of those up-and-coming MMOs. It looked really good, and then...
It failed.
Yeah, it died. It came out, it worked, people were on it, but it just gradually died out and people stopped playing it.
Yeah, it never caught on, really.
Which is a shame because they did so much to establish the lore. They did all this stuff to make it the best thing ever. I'd have to rewatch the video, but he outlines the good things, the bad things, and how and why it failed, why it lost the people, and why it collapsed.
And then Vermintide came out, and nobody cared.
And Total
Speaking of which,
Warhammer's out.
Let me check. I said Vermintide. It made me think of the Humble Bundle.
Yeah, I'd have to see if that's still going on.
Yeah, you got 1 day.
Yep.
I'm seeing if there's...
won't be getting Humble Bundles again until I start getting paychecks.
Which makes 100% sense. This bundle doesn't look great, honestly. If you don't have Warhammer, get it. If you do, I don't know. I haven't heard any of these indie games. We'll let the indie guy talk about it, James.
I haven't looked at the bundle.
Okay, that's fair.
And really, part of the reason I play so many indies is I just bought a lot of Humble Bundles.
It really does add up, and it makes it so easy.
I mean, there's a reason I have over 500 games on Steam.
Yeah, I stopped buying Humble Bundles about 1.5 years ago just because I didn't agree with one of their themes. So it's like, I'm not... I think I'm getting fed up there in game, by the way. So I boycotted them for 1 year, but now that it's been 1 year, I'll buy them from them.
Yeah,
I think it was... What day was that Supreme Court decision that we didn't happen to agree?
That's what it was themed on?
Yeah, like 1 year later, so...
I don't know what would they have chosen other than, like, Gone Home, or... I don't know,
I think it was games made by people.
Oh, even then, nothing really comes to mind.
Of course not, because we're not in that community. I'm sure there's plenty of them, though. And that's not meant to be coming off in a bad way, because I'm sure that there's also people in the gaming
Because
community.
I just don't look on that kind of thing. I don't.
Yeah. I was also going to say, I'm sure there's people in the gaming community that do have same-sex attraction, but are chaste as well. It's just, obviously, those aren't going to be the ones that are talked about as well. Hey, look at that! You figured it out! Congratulations! Sorry.
I mean, I see what you mean, because you're running around constantly. We had like a 5-10 minute conversation where you kept walking past the staircase.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. On the bright side, I did get a chest, so, I mean, go me. I feel dumb, though. There we go.
What's so special about me? Those renegades need to hurry up and make up their freaking minds about whether they're our enemies or not.
Boy, what are we going to do now?
I say, we ditch your names, catch a train, grow a beard, shave it off, and become wandering hobos.
We become dwarfs. We're going underground with my dad, me lads.
Alright, let me get a hammer. We have to break our shins to make it really authentic.
Japanese man took out my shins.
I kill Fitty Man.
I killed 50 man. I sell propane and propane accessories.
That's his son, though.
I know. I was realizing as I said that, it's like, that is not Cotton Hill that says that. My son sells propane and propane accessories.
Sam sells propane and propane accessory.
Not at all.
I had sex with so many women in Japan, at least supposedly. I have an illegitimate son.
I forget. Oh yeah, that was. He was apologizing. People going through the crowd, and they finally lost. He said, "Get out of the way before I kick you."
Yeah, pretty. I don't agree with everything in King of the Hill, but a lot of King of the Hill is really good.
Yeah, it's I guess it's more homely than
Most things. I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's
most
not
of
as
it.
outrageous.
Most of it's pretty homely until you get to Cotton. It's like we have lifted off.
Lloyd, I suggest we go to Tethe'alla.
Tethe'alla.
Why Tethe'alla?
Don't you remember what Ewan said? Angels are half-elves that evolved using special X-spheres called Crucius crystals.
Dun dun dun.
Colette's current condition is caused by the Crucius crystal.
Since
Excuse me.
Tethe'alla is studying the X-spheres, they may know something about
I need some
Crucius
water.
crystals as well.
I really do.
That's a good idea. I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna get some water after this episode. Just a heads up.
Tethe'alla's chosen at the Imperial Research Academy. There's a chosen in Tethe'alla.
We mentioned that.
Established that like a long time ago.
I'm trying to remember if that was established, if it was a skit or an actual cutscene, because the skits don't qualify. So that's what I'm trying to remember at this moment.
I'm curious
Because
about
if it's a skit, Genus may not have been there as well. That's the other part of it.
Salvation were... No, never mind.
Yeah, there are too many things that we don't know. Crucius's objective, the renegades, the method to save Colette.
The answer to 2 + 2,
Let's just start
life,
with what we can
the
do.
universe, and everything.
2 + 2 is 4.
Tethe'alla?
Yeah.
Thought it was 5.
The only lead we have right now.
It depends who you ask.
And this time, I'm
Ask
going to
Winston.
fulfill my role. I'm not going
Is that a
to-
joke? I mean, I get it's an Overwatch joke, but I don't get the joke.
It's not an Overwatch joke.
That's
Oh.
great and all, but how are we going to get
Well, if there's an infinite number of universes, there is a universe where 2 + 2 does indeed equal 5.
I think that's. I think what's his name? I can't remember his name. The guy in the wheelchair, voice modulator.
Oh yeah, the
Hawkins.
Hawking, yeah,
I think he's smart. I think he's a little bit off on that one.
maybe. Yeah, that is pure conjecture, I suppose.
Yeah, like a lot of his stuff makes sense. That one, I mean,
It takes about as much faith to believe in as it does to believe in God. Like,
which he mocks us
I-
for.
yeah, that's the thing is we use reason in science to explain things, but reason itself can't be studied.
Yeah, like they use the scientific theory to prove everything, but you can't use the scientific theory to prove the scientific theory. Quite a conundrum.
that, and I like to outline the list of handy dandy Wikipedia list of Catholic scientists, be
Yeah,
they lay,
they're-
religious, or priests, or
There's a
such.
fair amount of them.
Yeah, they're like all the way going back to like prior to the Renaissance era and everything. Like the
Oh, yeah.
father of modern, not evolution.
Physics?
What is it? Genetics.
I think physics too.
Uh,
Mendeleev.
Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
Gregor Mendel was a, I think it was Augustinian friar. Can't remember right. I knew he was a friar.
Are you guys ready for a hilarious scene?
I don't know if I can handle any more of this excitement.
To be fair, last episode was a lot better than this episode.
Hurry, they'll catch up to us.
This episode would have been better if I hadn't been an idiot for 15 minutes.
So why are we running away from the renegades again? If they're supposed to be like the good guys?
Because they want Lloyd, and we don't know why they want Lloyd, so they the bad guys.
I don't even want to sit around and talk about it.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, they did try to attack. Remember with those really wimpy attack poses?
See, I couldn't tell with the way that they were positioned. They're like more like, no, you're not getting out of here.
That
They're
may have
sticking
been.
their hands out to block you from. Almost like they're 5. They're saying, no, you're not getting in.
Welcome to the new world, by the way.
Whoa! What's
Oh, we're going to Tethe'alla now.
I don't know. It just suddenly.
We are in Tethe'alla.
Fuel gauge is empty.
So that's it.
Since you've broken the seals in Silverant, there's not enough mana in this world.
Baloney!
That means we're gonna fall.
Hilarious! I'm sorry for that accent, by the way. I wasn't using that to be offensive. For some reason, I was thinking SpongeBob in China, so I was thinking of when either Patrick or SpongeBob says, hilarious rubber dog poo. So, it wasn't meant to be offensive, but I could see why somebody would take it that way. So, thank you very much for watching. Increase the Elay song.